Max Holloway is now the featherweight champion. I told you that I thought a fight versus Frankie Edgar in Hawaii in particular would be massive. Frankie Edgar was in Brazil, saw it firsthand. He was there cornering his good friend and training partner, Marlon Vera. We have a lot to talk to Frankie about, so let's go to the phones. He is standing by. Frankie, are you there?
I'm here, Ariel. What's up, man?
I'm doing great. I appreciate you coming on. I know you just landed this morning. How are you feeling? How was the trip? Are you a little bit out of it?
Yeah, I was a little tired, man. I just took a nap with my daughter, so we're rebounding back quickly.
And by the way, happy birthday to your daughter. It was just her birthday, right?
Yeah, Saturday. Thank you. 3 years old.
Wow, that is amazing. I remember when she was born right before the BJ Penn fight, right?
Yes, yep.
The third one, of
course. Going fast, man. You know.
But was it like, did it kill you inside to not be there? I know you were there for Marlon, but was that a tough thing for you?
Yeah, it's good. You know, I figure 3 years old, I won't remember it, so I might as well miss them now when I can.
Where did you guys go? I love your Instagram stories, by the way, of you and your daughter. You're driving your kids. Where did you guys go this morning? It was you, your daughter, and your dog, and none of them were giving you anything. You were trying to get something out of them, and they were just ignoring you.
No, nothing, man. They're they freeze in the camera heads, I guess. We went by the boardwalk, place called Island Heights near Toms River, and just walked by the water.
That's the best. I love that. Spending one-on-one time, really cool stuff. So you're back now from Brazil. You were there. Let's quickly first talk about Marlon. Do you think that he won the fight?
I mean, I do. Of course, I'm probably biased, but I just felt he was kind of conducting the dance. Neither of them had maybe such a high output, but felt like Marlon's output was a little more. It's kind of crazy how all the judges gave Sunset the third round. I thought that round, that's when Marlon actually did the most. So I was just surprised, but I mean, it's the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought that Sunset won the second and that Marlon won the third. The first one was iffy, but I leaned towards Marlon. Maybe Sunset stole it towards the end, but that I kind of thought Marlon had a 29-28.
Yeah, I agree. And I'll be honest, when I heard the 30-27, I'm like, all right, it's got to be Marlon because I thought he won at least two. Maybe the judge gave him the third. So, yeah, I was surprised when they read it wasn't him.
Would you also agree, it seemed to me, and I'm not the expert here, you know him better than anyone does, was he a little tentative to start? I mean, it's understandable, UFC debut, he slipped there, and I know that can be a little slippery, but it just felt like he needed some time to feel himself out, especially in the early portion of the first round. Would you agree with that? Yeah,
for sure. Marlon is like a wind-up toy, man. You let him go. He's a super athlete and, can throw many strikes in a short time and, different angles. Kind of just didn't let it go, I think, at times. But when he did anything, it looked super pretty. He's super explosive. I think everybody's seeing the ability that Marlon has.
Did you notice a difference in him in the days leading up to the fight because it was such a big deal? Like, was he a little more nervous than usual?
No, I thought he seemed pretty cool, to be honest with you. Even the day before, I think all of us get a little in the zone as the week goes on, but he was kind of laid back, which I thought was a positive thing. Did you enjoy Brazil? You don't usually go out for these fights. No, I don't. Yeah, this was my second time in Brazil, first time in Rio. Yeah, I mean, you can't beat the weather and the food there. So yeah, I'm all in.
They treat. I heard at the Q&A they treated you really nicely. That you gained a lot of new fans. Did you feel that?
Yeah, I felt that I got a lot of love. I don't know if people expected me to get hate. I'm like, come on, man. I hope not.
You're the nicest guy in the world.
Yeah, I try to be at least.
And then you lay down the hammer on the Angela Magana situation in the most Frankie Edgar way possible, like non-controversial at all. But you got a ton of love for that. Were you surprised how much love you got for that?
I am. It's funny, man. It's like shit. With people really I matter. You know what I mean?
You do.
People weighing on my opinion.
It's amazing. I mean, and again, it's not like you went out on a limb or were disrespectful. And I was even surprised that you were asked that question. Like, you have nothing to do with either of those fighters, and yet you said it, and everyone's like, you see, Frankie said it. Now it must be true.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, that's how I feel. That's just what it is. But they're trying to turn this into some reality TV, is what it is.
Well, the New Jersey thing, you guys know a thing or two about the reality TV. Okay, let's talk about the main event. You were there. You saw it in person. Are you surprised Max Holloway won?
I'm not surprised. The whole week, everyone's asking me who I thought was going to win, and it was a toss-up to me, I knew Aldo had a great athleticism, good speed. I knew Max could just, pour it on and has a good motor and the range and length. And I think you've kind of seen just that. You've seen Holloway or Aldo do really well with some speed, throw some good combinations. I think that won him the first 2 rounds. Although the second round, you could see Max kind of finding his way, and then it seemed like Aldo slowed down quite a bit, and Holloway poured it on, get that finish.
Did you agree? I thought Aldo won the first 2, and then amazingly, end of the second, Holloway just. In that moment there where he was taunting him, it felt like something changed, and then third round was obviously all him. But did you think that Aldo was winning those first 2 rounds?
I do. I think the first round definitely. The second round, he won like probably 3/4 of it, but you could see Holloway starting to find his timing or just find his feet in there.
Once again, a theme that started in your last fight against Aldo. Are you surprised at how few leg kicks he threw?
I was, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it used to be what he does, and it doesn't seem to be utilizing that. I was even surprised Holloway didn't throw many kicks either, so I was kind of surprised by both of them. It's pretty much a boxing match.
So I know that you didn't want to really kind of commit to this, but I thought that this was the best case scenario for you. You've never fought Max before. You have the 2 fights against Aldo. This is a fresh matchup. People are excited about it, all that stuff and more. Now that it's over, can you admit that this was the best case scenario for you, that Max winning kind of ensures that you would be next?
Yeah, absolutely. I knew that was the best case for me. I just wasn't going to sit there and shout it out and try to cheer for anybody because, I just say my style, and I let those guys figure it out. And the cards fell in my favor, so here we go. Let's set up Holloway Edgar. Have
you been told that you are next for Max Holloway?
Not officially, I mean, you're seeing everything's trending that way, it seems like, but nothing official.
I know you got mad at me in Dallas, but again, we've been in this situation before with Chad Mendes, right? Everything was trending your way and it didn't happen. So do you feel more confident this time? Do you feel like, okay, there's no one else?
I do.
Yeah?
I do, because there is no one else. I mean, come on. There's no one that makes sense more than me, and no one that's done what they done what I done to get it.
Yeah. Now, what do you make of Cub Swanson? I mean, he's been very vocal. He thinks he deserves a shot. He's never had a chance at the belt. What's your response?
I just don't see how he's in consideration. Since me and Cub fought, I fought nothing but top 10, top 5 guys. I don't think he's fought anybody in the top 10, and he's also lost to Max since then. Mm-hmm. So I just don't see how that's even in compare. You can even compare the two.
Right. I have a lot of respect for what Cub has done, but also tough since he's lost to both you and Max, right?
Yeah, listen, man. Cub's a great fighter, but this is the way it goes. You got to put yourself on the line every fight, and I do that every time.
What about this idea of you fighting Max in Hawaii? This is nothing that the UFC has said can happen, but would you be against that?
No. I mean, for a title shot, I'll fight on the moon. You know what I mean? Hawaii would be cool too. I mean, it'd be cool, man. It's my team would like it. I know that.
Yeah, I bet.
MSG would be good too. I'm sure Max would be into that too. I mean, come on, world's most famous arena.
Right. Do you think it will happen at MSG? That's the word. They're going in November, right? What do you think?
Yeah, I think that makes sense too. Okay. That might be more. Yeah, I think. But again, if they can get Hawaii done, I'm 100% down. I think Holloway's been talking, saying, Aldo, you got to go to the other king's land and conquer him on his own land. Well, I'm just trying to follow suit, homie.
I just love the idea because, you have the history with BJ, so you're tied to the people there. He's such a big star now there, and people are behind him. It's always cool when someone's attached to a certain part of the world if they go there and put on a fight. And also, I have to be honest, like I said this at the top, I'm wondering what you think. You're smarter than I. I didn't see this coming from Max. I mean, 11 wins in a row, one of the longest winning streaks ever, one of the youngest champions ever. When you first saw Max, you probably don't remember when you first saw him, but did you think that he had this in him, that he would beat guys like Aldo and Pettis the way he's beating them?
I mean, honestly, it didn't surprise me. How long he's been into it? He's 25 right now. I mean, when he was 21, he was... Right, he's in 4 years at least. I remember seeing him when he was really young, and I'm just like, I mean, this dude, he's the present and the future right now, and I'm not overly surprised that he is where he is.
So, what's the key to beating him, in your opinion?
Just gotta mix it up, man. I think I mix it up better than anybody in this sport, and he pushes a great pace, and so do I. So, I don't think that he'll be able to melt me, throughout the fight that he does to a lot of guys.
Do you also agree with the sentiment that this was the best case scenario for the featherweight division because Aldo is just too tied to Conor? Now we kind of have a fresh chapter and things could kind of move on. Do you to also have people sort of recognize that title as the undisputed title as opposed to the one, you know, Aldo lost to him in seconds and all that stuff? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think so. You know, it just mixes things up and makes it fresh. And, you know, I mean, Aldo wasn't fighting super often either. And, you know, Max seems like a guy that wants to stay active. And, you know, he just seems like he's ready to go. And hopefully we get this done to do it the fall. Hawaii, New York.
If Aldo would have won.
Anywhere.
It would be amazing on the moon. If Aldo would have won, what would you have done? Would you have gone down to 135 finally?
I don't know, you know. I don't know. I'm glad he didn't win.
Yeah.
I don't. You know, I don't know. I don't even know if I want to go down to 35. It has to be the exact right opportunity, you know. And if it's a belt, maybe. But you know, I can make the weight, but every time I get down to 45, I'm like, shit, I don't want to lose 10 more pounds, you know. And I don't even cut much weight, so maybe I'm just a bitch about it. But you know, I like 45 right now.
Inside, were you kind of sweating it? Oh man, you know, if he wins this, I'm kind of stuck in this weird spot. Other guys, were you nervous watching that fight?
Yeah, no, I really wasn't. You know, I've been wanting this so bad for so long.
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes like you know, when you want something so bad, it just doesn't happen. It's like I really tried taking a step back, saying, all right, man, let this, you know, let nature take its course, and you know, fate will decide, I guess you could say. And you know, I put myself in a good position where fate falls my way, and you know, good things happen.
It's kind of amazing that we just spoke to Roy Jones because his famous rap song, one of my favorites, Y'all Must Have Forgot, I feel like was a perfect way to describe your win over Yair Rodriguez, because it seemed like they were kind of trying to coronate this new king and have this fresh face, all this stuff, and you put a stop to that. Was that one of the more gratifying wins of your career, considering how dominant you were?
Yeah, I mean, everyone feels good. That I guess, yeah, maybe felt a little bit better just because I'm a guy, but I felt like I'm always getting written off, you know. So to me, it's almost the norm, and it's kind of welcoming, to be honest with you. Like, shit, tell me I can't do something, I'll try that much harder to do it.
It does feel, though, and you may feel differently, like after that fight, people were like, okay, Frankie Edgar is not just like a great fighter. You've reached kind of legend status after that. I don't know if it's because of the hype that Yair had or just time has allowed people to truly appreciate you. And I think that it's going to be one of those cases that they'll appreciate you even more once you're gone, once you're done with this sport. But it does feel like people are now starting to put you in that conversation when not that long ago, they weren't doing so that quickly. Do you sense that as well?
Yeah, I definitely. I feel the love more now. And, and like, you know, and just that's the same stuff you're saying, like, I guess the respect, you know, and people always said, you're the most underrated champion or under this or that. And I'm like, it's going to come. And I know it's going to come. Just being myself, winning fights and doing it my way. I know I'm going to get the respect that I deserve. But I'm not really in it for that anyway. You know, I'm in it to get this belt. I'm in it for my family and my teammates and my coaches. That's really it. Much
like another famous New Jersey native, right? Doing it your way, Frankie Blue Eyes, right? You heard
That's that? Right, man. That's right.
I believe Hoboken's own Frank Sinatra said that.
Hoboken, that's right.
Represent. And by the way, were you surprised at how that fight went against Yair? Like, were you surprised that you were that dominant? Were you expecting that?
I always put my opponents on a pedestal, you know, and expect like something to happen. I expected to get hit with some crazy kick or something that I didn't see, and but I knew if I get my hands on him, that's how the fight could go for sure. Mm-hmm. And especially that first takedown, there's a couple elbows I landed in the first round. I kind of felt the fight kind of come out of him a little bit.
Do you think he'll be back? Do you think he has it in him?
Yeah, I think so. You know, he's super athletic. He's got a lot of ability. He's got to tighten up some things, and you know, anything can happen. And if he's willing to put the work in, you know, anything can happen.
In summation, is it fair to say that you're expecting nothing other than a title shot at this point? Yeah, title shot or bust. I mean, that's right. Shit, I guess, I don't know. That's it, man. That's just what I'm going for. And I'm positive about this one. I mean, I try to always be positive, but this one feels a little better. When's Ali going to sit down with the brass and get this done?
You better get on it, man, if he wants to get his next check.
Yeah, well, I mean, how is he not on it? We're already 48 hours removed. How is this not a done deal already?
Yeah, no, he's on it. He's on it. He's on it already. He definitely is.
He's very sensitive. He's going to get all upset that we were insinuating that he wasn't on it.
You're right. You're right. And he's going to send you a hateful text in like 3 seconds here.
So is it safe to say the perfect scenario for you would be November MSG, but you're down wherever, whenever, but hopefully sooner rather than later, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Ready to go. And ready to go and make this dream a reality.
What a fight. Did you have any acai, by the way, in Brazil?
Oh, you know it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
How many?
So much. I had three acais out there.
Not bad. Would you?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Would you agree that it doesn't taste anything like the ones in America? Like the ones in America taste like crap.
Yeah.
Right. It doesn't taste anything.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's really that business, that acai bowl business, is booming in Jersey right now, and I've been to a couple different ones and.
Nothing.
Can't compare. You're right.
Yeah, there's this place, Pliables, right? And you go to it, and it tastes nothing like it. Like nothing. Not even close.
It's like, you know what? They're stepping on their acai berries too much, I think. I think they're stepping on it, man. They're cutting it too much.
Anyone who thinks that stuff is great here in America and you think that that's like the bomb, go to Brazil just for the acai and fly back home, and your mind will be blown. It is on a whole other level. So I'm happy that you agree with me. You're a very smart man. Frankie, we appreciate it. Thank you for squeezing us in after coming home. Enjoy your time at home. Happy birthday to your lovely daughter, and good luck getting that fight. I hope you get it.
Ariel, thanks so much, man. Always a pleasure talking to you, man. Take care.
Right. We'll talk to you soon. There he is, the answer. Frankie Edgar. Frankie Edgar versus Max Holloway. What a fight. What a freaking fight. And again, this is no disrespect to Cub Swanson. He is there. He is so very close, but it is a tough spot for him because Holloway beat him. I know non-title fight, that's fine. Edgar beat him, of course, non-title fight, I get it. But Edgar feels like the fresh matchup right now, the veteran coming off that big win over Yair. And that's not a bad thing. Cub gets that one high-profile fight. You know, I don't know. Maybe it's against Ricardo Lamas, you know, who was supposed to fight the Korean Zombie. And Zombie is out due to a knee injury. But that does kind of feel like the fight. And I'm curious, will they make it at, you know, Hawaii Stadium, Aloha Stadium, Honolulu, Maui? I don't know. What a cool scene that would be. Finally, the UFC in Hawaii. People have been asking for it for so many damn years.